Welcome back to Cassette Beasts. So last time we did a lot of exploring. We actually went a little above our pay grade and explored this whole area out here, even patching our way back into western Harbor Town. We then went back and climbed up Mount Wirral. This got us a dog and a spooky Ona. Which spooky Ona is going to be one of our main team members that I've finally worked on. There are a couple more that I want to get, but it may be a hot minute before I can get them. So spooky Ona, it looks like, I didn't remember if I did last time, it looks like I did look through the various abilities that I had, and see if there was anything else that I really wanted to add in. Whenever anyone fuses, don't really care. I don't immediately. Icicle Dart. Accuracy 85, don't care. It would be nice to have something that maybe isn't necessarily ice-themed, but I don't think I really have anything useful. Crystal Lens. It's just a mirror element that hits one target. Deja Vu gives user multi-strike status for 3 turns. That's not bad. Fog, don't really care. Hypnotize. Sleep status could be useful. 50% accurate, but still. Icicle Dart, I'm not worried about. Ritual. Sonic Boom, Zephyr. Okay, otherwise we have Sprint. Multi-smack, multi-shot, just generic moves. Elemental Wall, double slice. Like, I'm looking for moves that kind of do something more interesting, because I have my basic tier, my basic moves of, like, yeah, these will hit, these will do damage. And AP starter. Like, I mean, I might as well. So Spooky Ona is Ice Element, and I've chosen to replace Tokusect with Spooky Ona. Because our biggest hit right now is actually an overall weakness to lightning, which is a thing that exists. A lot of things have trouble dealing with lightning. And ice is not actually helping this, but also neither was air. So I don't necessarily want to remove, let's see here, I think Spitfire is the other one, because Spitfire is currently one of the few we have that can kind of deal with lightning, electric. Yeah. And we're going to be riding with Doggo for a hot minute. Go and check the shops. I think I did last time, but we might as well take a look. Zoomies, Charge, Energy Wave, Radiation Breath. It would be nice if there was a way to see who could equip what. Because you can't just equip every sticker to everybody. Target's ranged attacks become melee attacks. Alright. Nothing I'm especially seeing jump out at me. So, the goal for today is we're going underwater. And by underwater, I mean not actually underwater, just kind of on the surface of the water, but, you know, water. Water, water, water. Water, water. And water, water. No, it's water and water. So we've not really been out this way, and it's kind of a shame that we're doing this at night when I can't see anything. So a lot of these buttons out here. Ooh. No, give! Guzzle fuel removes 2 AP from the target. First monster forms with a normal... basic... Okay. Guzzle fuel? Not bad. I'll actually have to think about that one. Just a way to stop guys from doing stuff. I should try to pay a little bit more attention to support type moves. Have I fought you already? Are you the guy who swam over? Yeah, you are. So you can see all these switches around here, and these are all part of a larger puzzle that I have not yet really dealt with. Mostly because we haven't been able to swim at all. So seeing a lot of these tiny little islands. Have I fought you yet? I have not, apparently. Love hearing stories about the Black Swan events people experienced in their homeworlds. Black Swan events are major historical events that come by surprise and change everything. Heard all sorts of stories: fascist uprisings, pandemics, global war, runaway climate change, ecological microplastic catastrophes. Hey, imagine a world in which they had all those things at once. How doomed would they be? Boy. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is a fire emote. So I made a brand new chart that I'm kind of keeping on the side while we're doing this. Because something interesting about the elemental type chart is... I've already mentioned this, I love that just in the middle of the fight, you can check these. But there are differences between attack and defense. It's not strictly ice will do bad against fire, or whatever. Instead, you can see ice and fire are actually neutral in that if fire hits ice, ice will get water coating. Not necessarily good, not necessarily bad. However, if ice attacks fire, it's neutral. So, but if the fire attacks ice, they get water coating, which is going to make ice effectively into a water type. So how does fire work against water? Well, if fire hits water, that buffs them. And then we would have water for a lot of our normal type moves, and water against fire is very good. So it may take a minute, but this is a good change, but it very much depends also on attack and defense, and these being different things. So I've put together a chart that effectively combines the pluses and minuses of all of these. So I can just look at how good is air against fire. And we're going up against fire here, so how good is ice against fire? Checking my chart, I see we are neutral to fire. So we're perfectly fine going up against fire. In fact, I should probably change that to a plus, because fighting that fire is going to change us into water types. And water against fire... No. Yeah, if we have water against fire, we're gonna heckin' wreck. We're doubly good. So I may actually want to keep that in mind. But anyway, point being, let's just do some damage. I really need to go over your moves, because you have, since Barkley has a shiny, all of the moves that they gain also usually have fancy effects on them. Like these plus 500 damage, plus 23% priority chance. Unfortunately, you also don't have many good moves, so we should probably... Oh no, I'm on fire. Oh no, I'm water element now, which means I'm really good against you. So if at any point you hear me in the future kind of say, oh, he's like, we're like double stronger, he's like double weak to ice, that's not speaking of it in Pokemon terms, where you take double damage or anything. That's just me looking at my chart and saying, like, if they're double weak, that means not only are my attacks good against them, but my defense is good against their attacks. And that's just how my brain rationalizes it, is in like, oh yeah, double strong, double weak, because, you know, two things. Okay, now I have some options. Try Icebreaker and we'll just see how it goes. Oh no! He's water element. Get wrecked. Okay, Terracotta is Earth element. We are both water types, and water is single effective. So let's just keep going. We don't have to worry about it. This will give me a much easier time on the fly figuring out, like, should I even have this guy out? What's going on? Without having to, like, go out of my way to go check the table and compare attack and defense, and it'll let me make faster decisions on the fly. Ooh, Life Absorb. No, that's good crap. So Spooky Ona's stats. My favorite Black Swan event is the Sharkman War of 2023. They really should have seen that one coming. Okay, so I think I did this one. Yeah, I did. So that's a lot of speech just for the sake of... So swimming in the open ocean is kind of a quick way to get into a fight. Because you see all these guys out there swimming, and they'll gun for you. Alright, so other than the big island in the northeast and the empty spot over to the right, there doesn't look like a lot else for us to do right this second. So I'm going to go around the long way, so at risk of not getting into a fight. Okay, so not much out here, just 4 more switches. Yeah, he's gunning for me, but I don't know, you can just go somewhere else. Okay, so let's try to get up here to this. I should actually probably try getting into fights with some of these guys. Have I fought you? I think I have. You're the traffic crab lady. Traffic crab lady. Yeah, switches don't do anything. So it looks like most of what's out here is just the switch event. And so the switch event starts right here. You hit the switch, and there's an arrow. Go directly south from here. Okay, so I have to turn to get around him and actually get up top here, but it's lined up with the dude. Which means this switch, and we are going directly right. Up. Left. Yup. Gonna get into fights. Okay, so I do actually need both of these. So, we're down here mostly gonna be dealing with water elements. Walker is amazing. There are some good water-type enemies. If I didn't have Fountus... Lobstacle is plastic, and plastic is neutral to ice. I think there was a 0 somewhere. We'll find out what happens. Yeah, because ice on water isn't... It has a neutral effect. It, I think, makes them flinch and then gives them ice coating. Yeah, that's what happened. Okay, so I want to try to catch you, so I'm gonna see how a normal tape works against you, and we'll go from there. And that means you get to kind of go... Use Icebreaker. Everything you have deals with entire teams, so let's just... I mean, everything you have doesn't... Everything you have is single target, is what I mean. Yeah, I think a basic tape will be fine. Okay, you're attacking Barkley. Good. Yay. Pondwalkers are clear proof that the monsters of New Wirral must have organized elsewhere and cannot be native creatures to the island. The robotic walker exoskeleton of the Pondwalker is a highly advanced mechanical creation, perfectly protecting the fish within. Good stats. Okay, then I'm also going to try to catch you. I don't have anything, like, good to use against you, so I'll just do that. I mean, maybe I'll get lucky, but I feel like... Ow. Dude, we got it! Yeah! Lobstacle is one of 2 evolutions of Trafficrat. Lobstacles are docile and patient creatures. When retracted into their plastic shells, the heavy lobstacle is almost impossible to move or overturn. Okay, you need something else. We're mostly fighting water types. So I would want... Ice, which we have. Metal is bad. Poison or water is at least even. And my job here is done, so you can go away. Frozen ground. Massively raises user speed, but lowers accuracy. Or was I going left? I already have both of you, so I don't care. Just get wrecked. So despite that I gave you Fountas, you instead decided to use Miasmodius. Which is fine. At least I get my stamina back after a fight. Okay, continuing left. Can you all leave me alone? Padpole, you're new. Like how they gotta get all their status effects on them before they just heckin' die. Okay, basic tape. Let's just try a basic tape and see what happens. I should use basic tapes when given the option because the chrome tapes are distinctly harder to get a hold of. Like metal is harder to get a hold of. Padpole. The padpole is the larval state of the frilly pad, residing underwater until it matures. Since it has not developed proper limbs yet, it is able to attack with its long tongue, which secretes a gluey mucus that can slow down any would-be attackers. Okay, we're still swimming. Oh my goodness, why? Okay, well, I can try to take you out, I guess. Energy wave, both of you. You just heckin' wreck the alls here. Okay, so you are an advanced one, so it may be harder to get you, so I'm gonna use a chrome tape. I do have these other tapes that has been pointed out to me that I keep forgetting exist, and that is true. I absolutely keep forgetting that they exist. Granted, I only have one water, though, so I'd rather just use the chrome. Yeah, definitely good thing I used chrome. Maybe we're fine. Ow. Yeah, even though I got hit, still 100. Maybe I could have gotten by with a basic type. The helmet of the Scubalrus has grown sturdy brass tusks, which allows them to fend off attackers. Having developed hind legs, they are also much more capable and dangerous on land than they were in their immature Diveal stage. Gonna depopulate the ocean just trying to cross this one time. Okay. We're off again. We made it! Okay, we're going down. We're good, we made it. I'm gonna go ahead and swap you out more permanently with Fountas. Even though Miasmodius is doing fine. Oh no, Landkeeper out here. No! We can also help provide liquidity for your home purchase. Okay, that's a... Ooh! That's a shiny. Or a bootleg. That's a bootleg. Like, Riptera is not water element. Don't really care because this is gonna just heckin' kill him. We land creepers enjoy a good swim too, as long as it's not holy water, that is. Really not beating the vampire allegations. Up. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be that button there. Yes, and we are going up again. Left. Down. Right. That guy got ticked off a little, but it's okay. I'm way over here now. No longer care. Am I gonna make it that far? Okay, it was like right around here. So it's probably this one. Ooh, diagonal. Diagonal again. This may be the last switch. Nope. No. It's pointing in there is what it's doing. Well, that's good news. I don't see any more switches, even if it was pointing, like, actually pointing this way. I don't see anything over here to hit. I do think I remember seeing a red switch further out that didn't get hit. Maybe not. Oh well. Okay. We got a new train station to take a look at. As much as I hate to do it, this train station is indeed part of my grand plan. Haha, good luck swimming. Nerd.